The double champ does what the heck he wants. Bruh, what in the world is this? Just 4 days ago, we saw Gavin McKenna, projected first overall pick in the 2026 NHL Entry Draft, celebrating in front of 74,000 people. Big Penn State University goal. Today, we have this report from Penn State's Onward State independent student-run Penn State news site. Here's just in. Gavin McKenna is facing 4 charges, including a felony of aggravated assault after an alleged altercation downtown Saturday night. Goodness gracious, this is 3.6 million views. It was just from a few hours ago. And what? Gavin McKenna saw that he could get drafted by the Canucks and said, nah, prison is actually better. Okay, that's a joke. That's a joke. For legal reasons, that's a joke. But let's go out there and read what was posted about on onwardstate.com about Gavin McKenna and his 4 charges, one of which is a felony of aggravated assault. Take a look at this, posted on onwardstate.com, link in the description below. Gavin McKenna facing felony charge after the incident on July 31st, so shortly after this hockey game over here. Penn State men's hockey forward Gavin McKenna was charged following an alleged altercation in downtown State College late Saturday night. The incident occurred along the 100 block of South Pew Street, with a report filed at 10:35 p.m. State College police charged McKenna, 18, with felony, aggravated assault that attempts to cause serious bodily injury or causes injury with extreme indifference, misdemeanor simple assault, and 2 summary offenses for disorderly conduct and harassment. If found guilty, McKenna faces up to 20 years in prison on the felony charge alone. Oh my gosh, he could go to prison for 20 years? According to sources, the team had been at a downtown bar with friends and family following the outdoor game at Beaver Stadium. During the incident, McKenna allegedly assaulted an unidentified individual, leaving the victim with a broken jaw. More on this later, by the way. We're not going to let that go just by itself. McKenna is considered a potential first overall pick in the 2026 NHL Draft. He has recorded 32 points this season, 11 goals and 21 assists, and scored against Michigan State at Beaver Stadium. Onward State has reached out to Penn State Athletics for comment and will update the story if a response is received. This story will be updated with more information as it's released. So here's the thing. Gavin McKenna, if he ends up going to prison for 20 years, then okay, he really did just avoid being drafted by the Vancouver Canucks. Oy, what a terrible situation. However, the way this is worded and the way this looks on paper, it's absolutely terrible, right? Like, oh my gosh, the guy was charged 4 times? The guy's charged for aggravated assault? Like, that's wild. However, if we go out there and read some of the other hearsay and the rumors that are going around about this, I think some people's opinions will be changed. Not everybody's, but I'm just saying that there is more that we can apparently look at. So take a look at this. Gavin McKenna's most recent Instagram post. Here are some of the comments on it from his Penn State teammates. Okay, Jackson Smith has a UFC guy. Luke Misa has Conor McGregor. Literally, his teammates are going out there and praising the guy, calling him a fighter, doing whatever on Instagram. That's whatever. You then had Mike McMahon going out there and saying this on Twitter. He is, of course, publisher of College Hockey Insider newsletter. He does stuff for a lot of college hockey reporting. I'm not the first one to report this, but I am told regarding Gavin McKenna, the Penn State team gathered post-game Saturday at Doggy's Pub in a private room. Apparently, an individual unrelated to the team was verbally harassing a member of McKenna's family, and there was a physical altercation. Probably afterwards, which is where we saw this go down. For what it's worth, Roger Chason went out there and said this, I can't vouch for authenticity, but if it's true, it seems to match the current narrative. somebody went out there and posted this screenshot. Funny story, my brother goes to PSU, and last night he was out with his friends after a hockey game, and his boy was all banged up, and they saw Gavin McKenna and his mom at a bar. His boy called McKenna's mom something, and McKenna wanted to knock the guy out. My brother had to take his friend to the hospital that night. His friend has a broken jaw in 3 places, a concussion, and missing teeth. So, pardon the language that is on the screen here, but that does seem to be similar to what Mike McMahon went out there and saw too. Here's another post. This is from the PSU Beat. So this is, I assume, a forum of some sorts, an area where people from PSU can post about stuff. Other guy was verbally assaulting Gavin's mom, who was there. Families were in town for the game. A bunch of the team was there. Everyone was trying to defuse the situation and have them all walk away. The kid wouldn't stop. He wouldn't let it go, and he kept going after Gavin's mom. Gavin then knocked him out. This also was expanded upon even more on the Reddit thread. I came across this too. Rightfully knocked him out if he was crap talking McKenna's mom. And then linked below is another image that we're going to look at over here. Oh yeah, it's the same thing that we saw earlier. So my brother goes to PSU last night. And so ultimately, there are a number of factors about this story that we have yet to fully get established in writing and in a court setting. Obviously, these are all like hearsay kind of moments, but at the same time, I do think there is reason to just kind of try to gather what's going on from people that seem to have been around the situation. Not saying that everybody on the internet deserves to be trusted, but what I am saying is there's no reason for people to go out there and fake information like this, for example, when clearly I think there is a just angle that you can look at when talking about something like this. Now, of course, if this is true, somebody was talking smack about McKenna's family, and then he went out there and defended his mom, and he punched a guy, maybe broke his jaw, whatever. Firstly, that guy's gonna get a huge settlement. Like, Gavin McKenna got paid a bunch of money to play at PSU, and he's gonna make a lot of money if he does become an NHL player. The guy's gonna get a lot of money. But secondly, you can question whether or not this absolves him from any sort of blame of the situation, but also whether or not this challenges his personality as a hockey player itself. Like, okay, he was getting chirped, or his family was getting chirped, so he went out there and knocked a guy out. Does that change the way that you think about this guy as a hockey player? Does that change the way you evaluate Gavin McKenna as an athlete, a student athlete, a potential professional first overall pick in the National Hockey League? There are a number of ways that I think you can interpret this information, and this is what we got so far. So, yeah, he's got 4 felonies. Okay, yeah, that's a lot. Felony aggravated assault, misdemeanor simple assault, and 2 summary offenses for disorderly conduct and harassment. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about Gavin McKenna. Do you think he's going to face 20 years in prison? This obviously is not something that I think we'll ever decide to say is a good thing. Like, this is absolutely not a good thing, but this is like the first time I think we've ever talked about something like this. A potential first overall pick can go to prison for 20 years? That's out of this world. Like, what? This never happens. Thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.